Hi, Charlotte.
Hi, Rabbi. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
Doing good.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi there.
Hi, Barb.
Hi. Rabbi, I was going to email you, but I'm going to the beach next Thursday,
Oh, okay.
and I'm going to be away until Monday, so I won't be making.
Minion all the through the whole weekend. Okay, that's nice. You're going with your daughter and son-in-law?
Yeah, I'm going to my brother's house, which is on the beach.
Nice.
Have a time.
Good.
That's great. Hope the weather's nice like it is now. Nice and warm.
Yeah.
Well, where he is, it's a lot cooler.
What beach is he at?
East Hampton.
Oh, all the way down Long Island you're going.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Hi, Mindy.
Shabbat Shalom. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Finally feeling better. I've had COVID the last 2 weeks. So
Oh, I had it also when I was on vacation.
yeah, I ended up with rebound COVID as well.
Oh boy. What did you take, the Plaxavan or whatever that was?
Yeah, I took the Paxlovid and 24 hours later, all my symptoms came
There
back.
you go. That's what they say. That's crazy.
Yeah, I would have been better off not
Not taking it. Yeah.
So I just finished my second 5-day
Oh boy.
isolation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we keep getting tested, every time you turn around. So far, so good.
Well, that's good. That's
That's
good.
good.
Better safe than sorry.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I haven't tested negative yet, and my doctor says I may not for a few weeks.
We were fortunate. My wife and I were on vacation. We tested positive on a Monday, which is after a few days of having had symptoms, but we couldn't find a test before then. And then the Friday that we got back, last Friday morning, we tested negative.
What kind of
Yeah.
symptoms do you have?
Just a bad cold, very
Oh.
bad cold, congested. For me, my ears were clogged also.
I see.
Post-nasal drip.
I had a bad cold and a cough and a fever
Ah,
and chills and aches.
Oh,
did not have a fever.
really have-
Did not have the fever or the chills or the aches, but I had the other stuff.
So when
Everybody's
I got the
different.
rebound, it was just like
Oh.
a bad cold.
Aha, got it. Yeah,
So
yeah.
not fun.
No, it's not.
It sound like it. Well,
And
that's
can
why
you
everybody-
imagine? Can you imagine what it would be like if you weren't vaccinated? Like
I
how
know.
you
It would
were.
be a lot
Oh my
worse.
God.
That's right.
That's what I kept thinking about when I had it. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, it will be like a million times worse than this, and this is bad
That's
enough.
right.
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 Exactly.
Yeah. Both of us are vaccinated and doubly boosted, and
Yeah.
Yeah, me
So,
too. And
fortunately, it was just a bad cold. Yeah.
fortunately, I was up visiting my granddaughter and she's under 2 and not yet vaxxed,
Ooh, right.
but nobody there got sick.
Oh,
And
that's
my
good.
husband didn't get sick.
Good.
So it was just me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, here in the community that I'm in, they make sure everybody gets vaxxed and everything.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Audrey, happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, happy
But
birthday. I didn't know it was your birthday.
Earlier this week,
Yeah, Tuesday.
according to
Happy
Facebook.
birthday to you.
I've been celebrating all week.
that makes you 81.
Good.
Yeah,
If you just reverse that, you're 18.
Yeah.
right.
Happy 81. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
Mazel tov. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
may you have many
Thank you.
more good years and healthy years. May we just celebrate it together.
thank you. Yep, the year has gone fast.
Years are going too fast, much too fast.
Mhm.
Wow. The older you get, the faster they go.
That's true. My mother used to say that and I thought that was crazy, but now
But she
it
was
is.
right. She was
She
right.
was right. It just flies by.
That's exactly it. And you wonder where they went, But at least
Doctor appointments, dental appointments, you name it.
but you have a lot of good memories, so those are good things.
Thank you.
So Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Yeah.
And Rita Rubenstein is supposed to lead us in Mincha because she has yard site today for her father. So we'll wait. We still have a few minutes. So we'll wait for her to come on. And
So Audrey, your birthday's the 2nd?
August 2nd, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
it's the same as my friend Frank. He just turned 97.
whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. He likes to say he's both a Holocaust survivor and a liberator. Because they came here 2 weeks before Kristallnacht,
Oh.
and they were allowed to stay. And then he got drafted into the army in 1943.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know, Freddie Loeb, may he rest in peace, was like that too. He and Anne got out before right around Kristallnacht. He also was drafted, and he flew in the Flying Tigers in the over China,
Oh, wow.
India. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was part of an interrogation group, and their group also met up with the Russians
Yeah.
at the Elbe River. So
Huh.
because he speaks 3 languages, so
Right.
they put him in there
Put him to
as an
use, yeah.
interrogator.
Yep.
But he said, he was 19 years old. What did he know to ask?
It's
Yeah.
great.
So Audrey, I had asked, I sent an email to someone else to read the Hashkivenu in English to observe a yard site, and they never got back to me today. So would you read it in honor of your birthday?
Sure.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you.
Unless she happens to come on without
Okay.
Bernice Goldstein, who I asked. But I would doubt that she would just hop on and just assume that she's doing it without letting me know that she's doing it. So,
Well, if she doesn't
she's
show
there.
up, I'll do it.
Yeah,
And
okay.
if she does, it's not a problem.
okay. So I want to wait a minute or two for Rita, because promised her that she would lead Mincha.
So Rabbi,
Oops, I'm sorry. I muted everybody. So whoever was starting to talk to me, unmute yourself. Yes, Jackie. You have to unmute yourself.
Yep.
Go ahead.
funny story. So I was walking Diva today, and this gentleman pulls up into a parking spot where I know of who someone, one of my neighbors always lives at.
Uh-huh.
Not the person that was out of state. Had at least had out of state plate. So I
Uh-huh.
said to the gentleman that was the person was it was reserved parking and not a not visitor parking. He says he lives there. Lo and behold, like making a long story short, who was it? The new rabbi at BSO.
Oh, there you go. So you met him. Yeah.
Yep,
He's
did
a
meet
nice
him.
guy. I met
He
him
is a very
last
nice
month,
guy.
like a couple days after he started. So
Yep.
yeah, nice guy.
So,
Okay.
so thought you get a kick out of that one. There.
Yeah. So as I said, Rita is going to lead us in Mincha in memory of her father's yard site, which was today. So Rita, unmute yourself. Mincha's in the blue prayer book on page 1 or the red Lev Shalem on page 289. Go ahead.
Okay.
Lee.
אשרי יושבי ביתך יהודוך סלע.
אשרי שביתך עוד ילוך הסלע, שמך חלום שמר התלמיד המלך. גדול עליי מעמד מלך גדול
תפילת אדוני ידבר פיו וכל בשר שנקט לעולם ועד, ואנחנו לברך ים מעתה ועולם. Hallelujah.
We rise for Chatzi Kaddish.
יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
הדיברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי, וחיינו יום איכנו חיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם מעלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתבר וישתמע ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי לקודשה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תברכתה ונחמתה תאמירה ביומה ויאמרו amen.
You start the Amida out loud.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Elohei Gadol V'Gibor V'Hamra Elohei Yom Gomel Chasadim Tzavim V'Chanei Yaakov V'Zacher Chasei Avot V'Vigoel Evnei Bneihem V'Aman Shmo Be'ahava Melech Hoser Fokedu Moshiach Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Abraham Ufoked Sarah Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechayei Metim Atah Rav Leoshiach Mechakel Chayim Bechesed Mechayei Metim B'Rachamim Rabim Somech Nafim V'Rofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Ukayim Emunato L'Shenei Afar Mitamocha ba'gvurot u'midomela melech memit u'mchayei u'matzpiach Yeshua v'ne'eman atah l'chayot mitim Baruch atah Adonai mechayei hametim.
Nekane Shem Chabalam Kashem, Shema Kashem B'Shmei Maram Kapitovan Mecha
Amar Kadosh 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 Adonai Tzvahot Macharetz Kodo Matam Baruch Yomeru
Baruch Kavod Adonai Nimekomo.
V'divrei Kashmacha Katuv
Yimloch
Neimor
Adonai Le'olam Elohai Hashem Adavador. Hallelujah.
Nagid L'Klecha Netzach Netzachim Yosef Hanavtish V'shivchacha Eloheinu Mikinu V'yamush Le'olam Va'ed Ki HaMelech Gadol V'Kadosh Ata Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
We continue silently in Lev Shalem 294 to 299 in the Shabbat Sim Shalom pages 5 to 9. As we conclude our private prayers, we continue with Kaddish Shalem, the full Kaddish, page 300 in Lev Shalem, or page 10 in Sim Shalom.
Yitkadah Shmei Rabbi.
Amen.
Yibrach Yerutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chai v'yichonu v'yomachonu v'chai v'chol Beit Yisrael v'galam v'yizmech v'yimru. Amen.
Amen. Yehesh Rabbi Barak Le'olam Maya.
Yibarach v'yishabach v'yitrom v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shmei l'Kodashah
Re'ato.
v'michol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiran v'yalma v'yimru.
Amen.
תתקבל צלתון ופתחון לכל ישראל, קדם ובהון, דיבשמיא ויאמרו,
Amen.
יהי שלום רב במשמיא, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו,
Amen.
עושה שלום במרומה, והוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו,
Amen.
עלינו וכתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו.
Page 302 in Lev Shalem, 12 in Sim Shalom, Mourner's Kaddish, Yid Kadal, Yid Kadash, Shemei Rabba, Yalmadi Brach, Yerutei V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayachon V'yom Echad, V'chayei V'chol Beit Yisrael, V'agalav Yizman Karivim Ru'amein, Yehei Shmei Rabba V'barach Le'olam Melmaya, Yibarach V'yishtabach, Yitbar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh, V'yidhadar V'yitalev V'yitalal, Shemei L'Kedusha V'rechu, La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran b'yoma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabban shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'rama v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Yeshakach Rita, thanks for leading us in Mincha. May your father's memory always be a source of blessing and comfort to you.
Amen.
We continue with Kabbalat Shabbat. In the blue Sim Shalom, we continue on page 14. In the red Lev Shalem, we turn back to page 10. Page 10. Yedi nefesh avarachaman mishoch avdach el ritzonach yarutz avdach kemo ayal ישתחווה מול הדרך, כי ירב לו ידידותך, מן עופת צוף וכל טעם, הדור נאה זיו העולם, נפשי חולת אהבתך, אנא אל נא רפא נא לה, בהראות לה נועם זיווך, אז תתחזק ותתרפא, והייתה לך שפחת עולם, ותקיימו רחמך וחוסנה על בין אוהבך, כי זה כמה נחשוף לראות בתפארת עוזך, אנא אלי מחמד ליבי, חושנה ואל תתעלם, הגלנה ופרוס חביב עלי את סוכת שלומך, תאיר ארץ מכבודך, נגילה ונשמחה בך, מהר אהוב היווה מועד, וכונני כימי עולם. לה 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 לכו נרננה לאדוני, נריע לצור אישנו, נקדמה פניו בתודה, בזמירות נריע לו, נקדמה פניו בתודה, בזמירות נריע לו. כי הגדול, אדוני מלך גדול, כל אלוהים אשר בארץ ובאלוהים. כי באלוהינו אנחנו נתוספים, שמסתכל ותמיד ופועלי. 40 שנה כות בדור, ואומר עם טועה לבבם, והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי באפי, אם יבואון אל מנוחתי. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו בגויים כבודו בכל העמים, נפלאותיו כי גדול אדוני, ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא, על כל אלוהים, איי, כי כל אלוהי העמים אלילים, ואדוני שמיים עשה, הוד והדר לפניו, עוז ותפארת במקדשו, הבו לאדוני משפחות עמים, הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז, Havul Adonai Kevod Shemo Seu Mincha Uva'u Lechatzrotav Yishachavu Adonai Behadrat Kodesh Chilu Mipanav Kol Haaretz Imru Vagoyim Adonai Malach Aftikon Tevel Baal Timot Yadinamim B'mei Sharim Yismechu Hashemayim V'tagel Haaretz Yiram Hayam Umlo Yalo Sadai V'chol Asher Bo Az Yiranenu Kol Atzeyar Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishpot Haaretz Yishpot Tevel B'tzedek Ve'amim Be'emunato La 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 Lie, 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 lie. Adonai Malach Tagel Haaretz. We're on 15 and 16 in Lev Shalem, or 17 in Sim Shalom. Yismechu im Rabbi Manav Avel Sviva Tzedek Mishmor Kol Kisai Shalom Kedem. Yavo Shukol V'Tesel Hamitalim Belim. Oh, have Adonai sin ura shomer nafshot chasidav miad reshaim yatzileim or zaru alat tzadik ulishrei lev simcha simchu tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho Mizmor Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash Kiniflot Asa Hoshia Lo Yamino Uzero Akodsho Odia Adonai Yeshuato Leinei Hagoyim Gilat Tzidkato Zachar Chasto Ve'emunato Leveit Israel Ra'u Cholav Seyaretz Ed Yeshuat Eloheinu Hariu Ladonai Kol Haaretz Pitzchu Veranenu Vezameru Zamru Ladonai Bechinor Vekol Zimra V'chatzotzot Vekol Shofar Hariyu lifnei hamelech Adonai Yiram hayam umlo'o Tevel v'yoshvei ba Naharotim chauchav Yachad harim yeranenu Lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz Yishpot tevel b'tzedek Ve'amim b'mei sharim Lai lai la 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 Adonai Malach Yigazu Amim Yoshe Kruvim Tanud Aretz Amitzon Gadol Amazon Those Melech Mishpanahem Moshe V'Aaron Konav Shmo Korev Shmo Yosayita Lahem Benokeim Al Alilotam Romanu Adonai Eloheinu Vehishachavu Lahar Kodsho Romanu Adonai Eloheinu Vehishachavu lahar kodsho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu Adonai Eloheinu vehishachavu lahar kodsho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu veishachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romamu. We rise as we continue on page 21 in Lev Shalem, or 20 in Sim Shalom. Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'os, havu l'Adonai kivod shemo, hishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai al Mayim Rabim, Kol Adonai Ba'koach, Kol Adonai Behadar, Kol Adonai Shover Arazim, Vayeshaber Adonai et Arzei Halvanon, Vayarkidem Kemo Egel, Levanon Vesirion, Kemoven Re'emim, Kol Adonai Chotzev Lavotesh, Kol Adonai Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai Yecholel Ayalot, Vayechasof Ye'arot, Uvechalo Kulo Omer Kavod, Kulo Omer Kavod, Adonai Lamabul Yashav, Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam, Adonai Oz Le'am Yitain, Adonai Yevarech et Amo V'Shalom. May be seated. We continue with Lachadodi in the Lev Shalem 23 to 25, in the Sim Shalom 21 and 22. Lechadodi likrakala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrakala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha ishmiyanu el hameyuchad Adonai echad. U'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet ve'elitila lechadodi likrakala penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor ha'beracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila lechadodi likrakala penei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech ir melucha kumitzei mitoch ha'hafecha rav lach shevet v'yemek habacha v'hu yachamo alayichem la lechadodi likrakala penei Shabbat nekabela. Hidna ari me'afaku milivshi bigdei tifartecha mi al yad ben Yishai beit alach mikarva el nafshi ge'ala lechadodi likrakala penei Shabbat nekabela. I just remembered this is the Shabbat before Tisha B'Av, and it's traditional to do lechadodi to a tune for one of the songs that's associated, one of the dirges that's associated with Tisha B'Av. So going to continue with that tune. It's quite a different melody, a very mournful melody. Tisha B'Av reminds us it's the fast day reminding us of the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem. So that the dirge is Elit Zion, and so we'll continue with Hid Orari until the end with the tune for that hymn. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva orech kumi ori, uri uri shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lo tevoshi velo tikalmi, ma tishtochachi u'ma tehemi, bach yechesu aniyei ami, v'nivneta ir al tila lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. V'hayu limshisa shosayich, v'rachaku kol mevalayich, yasisa layich Elohayich, ki imsos chatan al kala, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Yaminu small tifrotzi, ve'et Adonai taritzi, al yadi ish ben partzi, v'nismecha v'nagila, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Bori v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzahala, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. We continue with the Psalm 92, 27 and 28 in Lev Shalem, 23 in Sim Shalom. Mizmor shir le'yom ha'shabbat tov lehodo l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon ulezamer l'shimcha elyon lehagid baboker chastecha ve'emunatcha baleilot Alei asor v'alei navel, alei higayon bechinor, mizmor shir leyom ha'shabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ki smachtam yadai v'forlecha, seyadecha roneim, ulezecha Adonai v'forlecha, Kinevecha Adonai, Kinevecha Yovedu, Baruchu Goyavben. Terikabah Yifrach, there's one on this cash, it's in the Adonai, the Pasuk, Eloheinu Yafrichu. Oh, Dienuvun Beseva, Deshenim Verananim, Yiyu. Yashar Adonai Suri Belo Avlatabo Adonai Malach Yulavesh Lavesh Adonai Osi Vazah. Eidotecha nemnu meod Leveit Chana v'Kodesh Adonai le'orech yamim La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mourners and those observing yard site rise for Kaddish, found on page 30 in Lev Shalem, 24 in Sim Shalom. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman karivim ru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam me'omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, Hadar v'italev v'talal shemei dekudesha b'richu la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shloma rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Aseh shalom v'imroma v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. So we turn to the back of our Sidurim as we continue in our study of Pirkei Avot, the section of rabbinic literature, 6 chapters of the rabbinic sayings of ethics and morality. We're on chapter 4, number 14. So it's the bottom one on page 249 in Lev Shalem or 269 in Sim Shalom. Chapter 4, number 14, 249 Lev Shalem, 269 Sim Shalom. This is a relatively straightforward one with not much commentary required. Rabbi Yochanan HaSanlar, Rabbi Yochanan the shoemaker or the sandal maker, used to say, Kol Knesiyah, any gathering, so any group of people gathered together, Shehi L'Shem Shemaim, that is for the sake of heaven. Group of people could come together to play poker. They could come together for a fantasy football league. They could come together to study, for a conference, whatever it is, a whole variety of reasons. If the underlying reason for them getting together is for the sake of heaven, like there's a religious purpose behind it, then sofa lehit kayim. Then that gathering or that institution, it's more than a gathering. It's Knessia is more like an institution. As so an institution, organization that is structured on for heaven's sake, then it in the end it will endure or survive, as it's translated here. If it's an institution that is not for the sake of heaven, doesn't have a religious, moral, ethical underpinning to it, ain sofa lehit kayim. Then its end will not endure. Its destiny is not to endure. So it seems the only confusing thing to me, Knessia is in modern Hebrew is a church. So in Rabbi Yochanan HaSanlar's time, that word Knessia would not have been used to describe a church because churches as we know it didn't quite exist yet in rabbinic time. Meaning there were the first Christians were Jews, and they met in alternative synagogues, which had different, slightly different kinds of images in them, but they were not built specifically as a church as we know it today. So when the word Knessia came into use in Hebrew as a church is much after the time of the rabbis. So I lied about the commentary associated with this. It's just based on that Hebrew word. But the Knessia it's interesting though that usually Hebrew, especially Hebrew as it developed in medieval times, would have an underpinning to it that would reflect kind of hatred of other people who would seek harm on the Jews. So just the fact that the word for church, Knessia, could be associated with this word here, for which is a positive thing, a Knessia that is L'Shem Shamayim. So that could be an interfaith kind of idea here, that in interfaith gatherings, especially my clergy group, we accept the fact that our interfaith clergy is that we represent religions that are true, and we attend, and by the fact that we attend these meetings, we acknowledge that the right of each other's religion to profess its religion. So it's interesting in those clergy that don't come to the interfaith gatherings and why that is. Anyway, so a Knessia, an institution, an organization for the sake of heaven, will endure forever. Okay, so we turn back. Mourners and those observing yard site rise now for Kaddish D'Rabbanan. In Lev Shalem, we're on page 38. In Sim Shalom, we're on page 27 for Kaddish D'Rabbanan. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba v'yalmad yivrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael v'agalav izman karivim ru amen yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olamo me'ol maya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah b'rechu La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen al Yisrael v'al Rabbanan v'al Tamidehon v'al kol Tamidehon v'al kol man de'oskin b'oraita diviat rahadein v'divachol atar v'atar Yehei lahon elachon shlomo rabba china v'chista v'rachamim V'chayin arichin mezona revicha ufor kanamin kadam avuhon divishmaya v'imru amen Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya v'chayim tovim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oseh shalom b'imroma v'brachama v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. The next page we rise for Baruch Hu. Just 1 second here as I just want to adjust something. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Leolam Vaed. May be seated. Baruch et Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Ma'avir yom u'mevi laila ma'avdil ben yom u'vein laila Adonai tzvot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid imloch aleinu le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai hamari v'aravi ahavat olam beit Yisrael amcha havta Torah u'mitzvot Chokim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu v'shochveinu v'kumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki heim chayenu v'yorech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla v'avatcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch V'yahavta et Adonai Elohecha בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. והיה שמות ושמוסתי השם something Adonai Elohechem Emet V'menakol zot V'kayam aleinu V'nizot U'malchuto b'ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael achanu shira V'simcha rabba v'yamru kulam Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh Nora tehilot osefele Malchutcha ra'u vanecha Bokeh hayam lifnei Moshe Seili anu v'yamru Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed V'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov Ugalo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Kal Yisrael. Audrey Haber celebrated a birthday earlier this week, so in honor of her birthday, she's going to read for us the English translation of Hashkivenu, page 45 in Lev Shalem, 33 in Sim Shalom. Go ahead, Audrey.
Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads a canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Thank you, Audrey. Happy birthday. Bis
Thank you.
120 till 120 in good health.
Thank
you. Shmor tzeiteinu v'oeinu l'chaim l'shalom e'ata v'yad olam ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha baruch atah Adonai ha'porei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. We rise v'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat Ledorotam berit olam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam Ki sheishet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinapash Yitgadal v'yitkadosh shemei Rabba v'yom hadibrach yivutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedecho beit Yisrael Bagala uvizman kariv v'imeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam lo me'omaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitruman v'yinaseh v'yidhadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu le'yelah min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imeru amen. Read the Amida 47 to 52 in Lev Shalem, 35 to 38 in Sim Shalom. As we conclude our private prayers, we continue with Vayachulu 53 on in Lev Shalem, 47 in Sim Shalom. Vayachulu Hashemayim v'aretz v'chol tzva'am vayachal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikom melachto asher asa vayivarach Elohim et yom hashvi'i vayikadesh oto kivo shavad mikom melachto Asher bara Elohim lasot Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei avoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Anora El Elyon Konei Shamayim V'Aretz Magen Avot B'Dvaro Mechaye metim b'ma'amaro ha'el hakadosh she'en kamohu hameniach le'amo b'yom Shabbat kodsho kivam ratza le'aniach lahem kivam ratza le'aniach lahem lefanav navod b'yirav v'achad v'nodeh lishmo b'chol yom tamid Me'on abrachot el haoda'ot Adon Shalom Mekadesh HaShabbat U'mevarech Shevi U'meiniach B'kedusha V'amedu Shnei Oneg Zecher L'maaseh V'Reshit Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu Ritzei V'Nuchatenu Kachenu b'mitzvotecha v'tein chelkenu b'toratecha. Sabenu mituvecha v'samchenu b'shiratecha. V'taher libenu l'avdacha be'emet. V'anchilenu Adonai Eloheinu b'yavav ratzon. Shabbat kodshecha. V'yanuchu v'Yisrael mekadeshei shemecha. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Yikra v'yikdash shemei Rabbi. V'yalmad divrach yirutei v'yamlich machutei. V'chayachonu v'yamechonu v'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael. V'agalav yizman kariv v'yimeru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbi mevorach. Le'olam elo me'olmaya. Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitamam v'yinaseh. V'yidhadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei l'kudusha b'richu. La'elami koberchata v'shirata tishbachata v'nechemata. Tamiran b'yalma v'imeru. Amen. Tikabel tzlachon v'adhon v'cho Yisrael kadam avon v'shmai v'imeru. Amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shemai v'chayim aleinu v'al Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. I asked Marv Kruger to lead us in Kiddush, page 55 in Lev Shalem, 49 in Sim Shalom. Go ahead, Marv.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu Shabbat kadsho b'yavav v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit Ki hu yom techila l'mikroi kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim Ki vanu v'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim V'shabbat kadshecha b'yahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Yasher Koach, Marv, thanks for leading us. Thanks for everyone who participated in the service, Marv, Audrey, and Rita. We continue with Aleinu 56 in Lev Shalem, 51 in Sim Shalom. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adonai kol ha'tegru la'leotzer breshit. Shelo asanu gegoye aratzod velo samanu kemishpachot adama. Shelo sam chelkenu kahem vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. Vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei amlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Shemunu teshamayim v'sinavet. Ki amalchut shelcha hi olam me'atim loch bechavod kakatu b'toratecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai Lamelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Mourners Kaddish Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbi Almadi Brach Hirutei v'yamlich malchutei V'chayachonu v'yomechonu v'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael v'agalav izman karivim ru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam me'olmaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei l'kudusha b'richu v'eila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imroma v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Just a couple of announcements before we conclude. Tomorrow morning, 9:30 as usual, in person, Zoom, or watching. Tomorrow evening, we will not have evening service and Havdalah as usual because it's Tisha B'Av. So we're combining with B'nai Shalom of Olney and Tikvat Israel in Rockville and Kilat Shalom in Montgomery Village by having services combined over Tisha B'Av. So we're beginning at B'nai Shalom of Olney Saturday night, tomorrow night at 9:30. If you go on the shul calendar or the email that went out today and also earlier in the week, it has the Zoom link. So you can go in person 9:30 tomorrow night at B'nai Shalom of Olney, or you can watch on Zoom with the Zoom link. But it's not our Zoom link, it's the B'nai Shalom Zoom link. So you have to be very careful what you're clicking on if you want to try to access that service tomorrow night by Zoom. Sunday morning, we'll be at Sharei Tefillah at 8:45. So it's the usual Zoom link for the morning if you can't make it in person. And then Mincha, because there are many people, including me, end the fast. It's Tisha B'Av is a 25-hour fast, just like Yom Kippur. But there are many people within the conservative movement and also non-Orthodox denominations that only fast half a day because it's a fast day for the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem, which began the exile out of Israel. But many people, like myself, mark the idea that Israel has been reestablished. The temple hasn't been rebuilt, but Jerusalem has been rebuilt, and Jews have started coming back to Israel as well. So for that reason, I fast half a day. So Mincha is at 2:00 at Tikvat Israel with a in-person or the special Zoom link for Tikvat Israel. And after Mincha would be appropriate to break the fast. So there are a couple of articles that I put out in the listserv message that went out this morning for more understanding about Tisha B'Av and observance of Tisha B'Av. Next Shabbat, I think we can say Stacy and Gary are sponsoring the Kiddush in Shul next Shabbat in honor of their 30th wedding anniversary. So we're looking forward to celebrating with them next Shabbat morning in person with Kiddush, or of course, you can watch on Zoom or live stream. We conclude the service with Yigdal 62 in Lev Shalem, 53 in Sim Shalom. Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishtabach nimtza v'yeinei tel metziuto echad v'yein yachid keyichudo ne'lam v'gam ein sof le'achduto ein lo demut haguf v'yein haguf lo na'aroch elav kedushato kadmon l'chol davar asher nivra rishon v'yein reshit le'reshito Hino Adon Olam v'chol notzar yoregedulato malchuto shefan nevuato netano elan shesegulato v'tifarto lo kam b'Yisrael kemo she'od naviu ma'abit et emunato toratem enatan le'amoel Al yad nevi'o neman beito lo yachal Yifa'el velo yamir dato leo la'amim lezulato sofer v'yodeya setarenu mabit l'sof davar bekadmato gomel ish chesed kemifalo noten l'rasha ra kirishato Yishlach l'ketz yamin meshichenu lifdod nechakekei tishuato meitim nechayel berov chasto baruch adei ad shem dilato meitim nechayel berov chasto baruch adei ad shem tehilato. Shabbat shalom, everyone. It's good to see everyone tonight.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
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 Shalom, everyone. Have a meaningful holiday.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
All right.